One love, one love, one love. Shout out to everybody who's here, everybody who's diving deep. Peace, love, and harmony to all of you wonderful deep divers. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. I hope all of you, hope your day is going good. Like I say, deep divers, we got a whole new setup. We got the neon lights. We got the cat down the road chilling. Like I say, life is good. And I hope all of you are taking care of yourself. So I always have to do these live streams, deep divers, because, you know, I love to connect with all of you. I love to connect with all of you. And we got an action-packed show. What are we talking about? The world is changing as we know it, okay? Full moon affirmations, right? Happy full moon, deep divers. And the coming summer surprise. We got a lot to talk about. First and foremost, shout out to everyone who's been getting the #1 best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book, the Bible of becoming your greatest version. Also, the Good Ass Prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And we're doing the fashion shows all over the world. Also, get the latest new book of 1111 Infinite Quotes by Ralph Smart, #1 best-selling book. And make sure you add me on Instagram at official Ralph Smart. Also on Twitter at Infinite Water. So let's raise the frequencies, deep divers. I think we need something kind of high frequency. Right? We need something high frequency, deep divers. What do you think? Let's raise the frequency. No, ma'am, you are appreciated. Much thanks as usual, Ralph. Oh, we're about to turn up, deep divers. We ain't even started yet. You know, we got to start on a high frequency. Let me shout out to David Tomes in the house. You are most definitely appreciated, David. Shout out to David. David Tomes, the one and only. You are most definitely appreciated. David, thank you so much. David, do not go where the path may lead. Instead, where there is no path, and leave a trail. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Slow motion this side. That was amazing. David, you are you are appreciated. I hope your day is going good, David. You're always a supporter of Infinite Waters. So much love to you. Like I say, I've got to do these live streams so I can actually thank you in real time, David. You are truly appreciated. Shout out to David Tomes in the house. You're appreciated. Shout out to all of you deep divers. We got a lot to talk about. Like I said, we just started and I said, let me raise the frequency because that's what we do here. Metaphysical Mike in the house. You are appreciated. Shout out to Metaphysical Mike. Metaphysical Mike, I want to scream at the universe. Are being tested. We're going to talk about that because like I say, happy full moon, deep divers. It's a strawberry full moon. Very powerful time right now. You know, I always do videos on full moons and we're going to talk about why, right? But we're going to get into everything. Let's raise the frequency a bit more, right? I got some kind of reggaeton Spanish vibes for you deep divers. Check this out. Beautiful deep divers. Shout out to all of you. I wanted to transport you into a beautiful place, deep divers, with some good frequencies, good vibrations. I hope all of you are going good. Let me say a shout out to everyone who's here. Buyers, you are appreciated. Much love, Ralph. You've been a major inspiration in my life. Hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Buyers, you're most definitely appreciated. Shout out to everyone who's here. And like I always say, deep divers, I always got to talk to you in live time, right? Because so much is happening in the world. So much is going on, right? And, you know, I can't just do uploads. I got to do live streaming. I got to keep up to date, deep divers. What's up? What's up? Shout out to everyone. I hope your day is going good. So the world is changing as we know it. Full moon affirmations and the coming summer surprise. We got a whole lot to talk about. But first of all, like I always say, it is a full moon. And I always go live on a full moon. This is a strawberry full moon. Very powerful time right now on the planet to set affirmations. You know, people always ask me, Ralph, how did you manage to manifest? And I say, I observe the moon, right? And every full moon, I always do the shadow work rituals. I always do manifestation rituals. You know, this is a very powerful time to set your intention. You know, if you have something you want to manifest, go out on a full moon, hold it in your mind and see it. And it is going to intensify. You know, I always tell you, we're living in powerful times right now. And a lot of people can feel the shift. In fact, the energy right now is kind of high right now on the planet. And it's because the world as we know it is changing. So much is happening right now on the planet. And I really do hope you're keeping your frequency high. That's first and foremost. I really do hope you're keeping your frequency high. First of all, I want to say shout out to everyone who's here. Everyone who's been diving deep. Let me give you a round of applause. Shout out to everyone who's here. You know, you are the way showers. You are the pioneers of the new earth. And you see, right now, there is a great awakening happening on the planet. And some people are waking up, some people are still fast asleep, and some people are well on their way. And it's everyone's destiny to awaken to who they really are and what's going on. So I always tell you that it's everyone's destiny on this planet to wake up and find out who they really are. You see, as one enters life, people are living in a daydream. You know, you've heard the expression, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream, right? Life is but a dream, but you are supposed to wake up from the dream. Films like Inception have been trying to tell you, wake up, wake up from the dream. And we've got to remind ourselves that, like Socrates said, the unexamined life is not worth living. You know, I always want to remind you, deep divers, there are levels to this, levels to this, levels to this. And I'm somebody who is aware of this because I was once upon a time fast asleep. Then I became truly awakened. Then I started to know who I was, what my role was here, right? So always remind yourself some good news. The universe reveals its secrets to people who dare to follow their hearts. Just remind yourself, it only takes one candle to light 1,000. Just remind yourself, Ralph Smart just started with 10 subscribers. Right now, we got millions. Let me repeat that. Ralph Smart just started with 1 subscriber. Right now, we've got millions. And I'm only speaking about the Great Awakening. I'm only talking about becoming your greatest version. And this is proof that in the end, the wise always succeed. In the end, the knowledge always prevails. And that's why I told you, find out why people who are diving deep are manifesting crazy. A lot of people you may know who are diving deep, they're not doing what the rest of the herd are doing in the matrix. These are the people who are manifesting. These are the people who are turning their dreams into a reality. These are the people who are doing it big, going places. So we've got to remind ourselves that the world as we know it is changing, because a lot of people are starting to get smart. You know, I got smart a few years ago, deep divers. And I realized that I can't just be following the crowd, because the crowd are lost. You know, a lot of people live life on repeat. They live life in the matrix, in what I call the conveyor belt system. So you go out, you come home, you do the same thing over and over again. But there's a reason why a lot of people are drinking, intoxicating themselves, because deep down they know something is wrong. They're trying to escape, you know. So if you don't face your shadow, and that's what the full moon is all about. You see, full moon is all about the shadow. In the sun, during the day, you are blinded by the light. It's only at night when you can actually see what's going on in the subconscious. That's the reason why people have nightmares, right? Not daymares, right? So everything comes out at night. That's the reason why people want to go to the club at night. That's the reason why people want to turn up at night. That's the reason why people want to drink at night, because you can't hide from the night. Just like you can't hide from the moon, because, you know, they call people lunatics. Shout out to everyone who's here. Mark Moley, you are appreciated. How can I identify a star child? So we're going to dive into it. Like I say, deep divers, this is not my show. This is your show. I'm answering every single super chat. It will be displayed on the screen. Hit that super chat, hit that tip page. And of course, deep divers, smash that like button, share the video. We just started. Smash that like button, share the video. Mark Moley, how can I identify a star child? Well, you got to remind yourself that many are called, few are chosen. The indigos, the crystals, the rainbows, the chosen ones are the star children. And these are the ones who are very unique. You know them by their uniqueness. That's first and foremost, Mark. You know them because they're not the same as everybody else. They are different. And that's what I've always been encouraging you deep divers to do. Tap into your uniqueness. You know, the truth is we are all star beings. We are all stardust. You know, I'm no different from anybody. It's just that I have remembered who I really am. Starlight, you are so appreciated. Let me shout out to Starlight. Starlight, thank you so much. King Ralph, smart for going live and being you, being real. I wanted to do a 3-day fast. Is it good to do it during a full moon, and how can it help me? That's a great question. You know, you've got to remind yourself that full moon rituals are so powerful. This is a full moon day, and that's why I went live, because I always know the energy is high. The energy is high. It's a great day to set your intention. So for instance, my intentions is to say, hey, I got to go live more. I want to connect with deep divers more in live time. what better day to start it than on a full moon right now, strawberry moon? If you are someone who says, hey, I want to lose weight, I want to get into shape, I want to get that body I've been after for so long, you can start on a full moon, because once you set that intention, it's going to intensify. Everything is intensified on a full moon, to the point where they used to call people lunatics, because the moon governs the water in your body. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Fellas, you know what I'm talking about. The moon governs the subconscious. It governs everything. So when you remind yourself that this is a perfect day to start your fast, Starlight, perfect day to start it. I'm going to help you out. Cat down the road is going to help you out. Cat down the road, we need your assistance right now. Cat down the road, we need your assistance right now. Cat down the road, we need your help. You going to help Starlight fast? Cat down the road is saying it's going to help you out. You know, that's what we got for you, Starlight. Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone who's here. So like I said, the world as we know it is changing. Full moon affirmations and the coming summer surprise. So let me start with some full moon affirmations I love to do. You know, anytime it's a full moon like today, I always say this. Today, I realize I have no obligation to my former self. That's what I always say. I always say as well, I am thankful that I'm able to speak, breathe, and move my body. You know, a lot of people don't really put a big emphasis on thank you. And it's such a great day to say thank you. Like I say, deep divers, I don't take this for granted. I'm an OG in the game. I'm a triple OG in the game. Do you think I wake up and say, oh, I'm complaining? No, I take this for granted. You can't be here this long as Ralph Smart without help from the universe. This is ordained. Not a leaf falls from a tree without the universe's permission. So when you remind yourself, when you wake up, if you've been doing something for 5 days, 5 weeks, now 5 years, even 10 years, let's say 15 years, oh my gosh, don't you think that's a gift from the universe? Something could have happened during that time, right? You could have got sick, hit by a car, anything could have happened. So why are you still able to do this? Don't you see that the universe has been protecting you? Right? And that's why I always say, we're not here through our grace. We're here through the universe's grace. I'm only doing the universe's work. I'm only a messenger. And we don't decide. Maktubit was written, the universe always decides your fate and your destiny. So when you remind yourself, you have to humble yourself, because you see, anything could happen to you at any time. You know, a lot of you have big dreams. A lot of you have big dreams. A lot of you have big visions. And you can only manifest that with help. You can only manifest that with help. Don't think that you don't need anybody. Deep divers, you're going to need help. David Tomes in the house. Shout out to you. Deep divers, smash that like button, share the video. Smash that like button, share the video. David Tomes, you're so appreciated. Thank you so much. Success usually comes to those who are too busy looking for it. Henry David Thoreau, you are appreciated. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to you. And that's very true. Success usually comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. Absolutely. Shout out to you. David, you are appreciated. So like I say, we've all got to be reminding ourselves that we're only here through the universe's grace. You know, I'm only here through the universe's grace. You know, sometimes I wake up, deep divers, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm still creating. It's like I got something inside of me, which is just saying create. I still got energy. I still love what I'm doing. And I'm so grateful. So this is a powerful day on this full moon to really, say your gratitude affirmations. Have a gratitude journal. What are you thankful for? One of the things I've been so grateful for is that I didn't go Hollywood. I could have gone Hollywood deep divers on you. I could have gone Hollywood on all of you. But I didn't want to go into that door. I didn't want to go into that direction because I realized one thing. I lived in Hollywood for a long time, lived in California, Santa Monica. I know a lot of celebrities. A lot of people who you would be surprised. I know a lot of people, but for me, that's never been my style to kind of be bougie and all of that. Because one thing you've got to remind yourself of is that when you meet these people, and that's why I say, me living in LA for a long time and being a creator, so I was bumping into a whole lot of people in the industry. You kind of see that it's not all what it's made up to be, and this is the reason why I'm so grateful, because I didn't sell my soul. Also, I stayed on my journey. I stayed on my path. And you've got to remind yourself right now, that's the most powerful thing you can do. You've got to remind yourself as well. Let me shout out to Selena Mato in the house. Oh, Selena, you are appreciated. We love Selena. Selena Mato, shout out to you. As pure hearts unify, we become one. The soul tribe grows. Unity consciousness is uplifted and untouchable. And untouchable, we are high frequency. We are high vibration. Absolutely. 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 Selena, you are appreciated. You are appreciated. So when I started to realize that actually, you got to be very careful. You got to be very careful out here, because you see, there are so many people who get caught up. They get what I call lost in the sauce. Because if you don't find what it is you're here to do exactly, you're never going to arrive at your biggest manifestation. And every single day there are people in your life, sometimes friends, sometimes strangers, sometimes family members. And it's so easy just to say, hey, I'm just going to do what everyone else is doing, hang out with a crowd. And this is what most of humanity does. And this is the reason why it's only the 1% who really start to manifest big. And it's only 1% who have the knowledge, who have the secrets. And these are the people who become tremendously powerful, because these are the ones who have taken time to study. Instead of going to the club on the weekend, they're reading the Kabbalion. They're doing other things away from what everyone else is doing. And like I told you, I'm proof of that. There's a reason why this channel has millions of subscribers. It's because I was able to see early on, and that's why I always encourage you to start now, that what's tomorrow going to look like, right? And on this full moon, the affirmation you want to say, I want to do something today my future self is going to thank me for. Today, I want to do something that in 20 years, I'm going to be smiling. You know why? Because I've already laid down the foundation for my children, my children's children, my great-great-great-grandchildren are going to be living off this legacy. They're going to be enjoying the fruits of my labor. You see, you got to think that far ahead. Not only that, you got to think further than that to say, actually, I'm going to be changing the course of humanity. You've got to think like that. We're not playing small. We are changing everything here. And when you think on that level, when you think, actually, I want to be a game changer. You've heard the expression game changer. Why not about it? Why not a world changer? I'm a world changer, deep divers, right? I don't want to blow my own horn, but I'm going to blow my own horn. Right? And what I mean by that is, a lot of people know who I am. not just in America or Europe or England or Spain. I'm talking about worldwide in South Africa, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Poland. It's because I'm not just thinking small, I'm thinking on changing the whole world. And like I told you, when you think in terms of changing the whole world, not just your local community, but the whole world, you're now moving mountains. And this is what you've got to think on. This is the level you got to think on. You got to say, hey, how can I do something that's going to change the whole world? And I want to congratulate people who are doing that right now. Honeybee 1981 in the house. You are appreciated. Shout out to you. Quit my Matrix job in 21. I refuse to sign papers saying I was born racist. I was not. I refuse to sign. Trying to find my way still is hard. Recent breakup too, but today is my birthday. Oh, today's your birthday. Oh, I think I got a song for you. No, I know I got a song for you. This is for your birthday. Happy birthday to you. This is for your happy birthday.
Mami, ¿qué más? Hay algo en ti que me tiene mal. Una belleza que me quema. Cuando vaya, la nota me estalla. Mami, ¿qué más? Hay algo en ti que me tiene mal. Sé que anda puesta para el problema. Dale, guaya, que yo te doy falla, falla. Deja que los cuerpos hablen. No hace falta más. Sí, ya muy bien tú sabes lo que iba a pasar. Tú me pones la mente a volar. Quiero sobrepasar los límites de tu figura, bajar por tu cuerpo y llevarte a las alturas. Tenerte sería una experiencia religiosa. Este maón es otra cosa. Sigue peleándome así como si el mundo llegara a su fin. Más de ti yo quiero un chin. Quiero quitarte ese panticito Supreme, bebé. Te tengo una propuesta y en tu mirada ya puedo ver la respuesta. Deja que los cuerpos.
That was for you, right? We just want to wish you a happy birthday. That's all we want to do. We just wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone who's here. Oh, we're having fun today, deep divers. David Tomes, you're most definitely appreciated. Thank you so much, David. I'll say it again. If I can help 1 million people, money will become a byproduct. What? Slow motion this side. Say it again, David. If I can help 1 million people, money will become a byproduct. Woo! Absolutely. That was powerful right there. And that's what it's always about. You know, this is powerful from David because that's the world level I'm talking about. That's when I say thinking about the world level. If I can help 1 million people, money will become a byproduct. You know, I'm not waking up every single day saying, hey, I want to make money. I'm waking up every single day saying, how can I serve more people? How can I impact more people? How can I change more people's lives for the better? You see, deep divers, I'm just showing you how when you do this, like David said, money becomes a byproduct. But I want to know, how are you serving humanity? I want to know that because you see, each and every one of us has a role to play. And I know so many of you right now, are helping in your own way. Everyone is here to do a different thing. And that's amazing. That's truly amazing. Because you see, one of the affirmations I say on the full moon is, I'm just a vessel. I'm going to allow this primordial force to work through me. And when you start to realize we are only vessels, let the universe do its thing through you. I like that. I like that, deep divers, right? So the world as we know it is changing. You know, it's changing in such a phenomenal way, deep divers, you see. And I want to remind you, it's changing for the better. You know why? Because that's the energy I'm putting forth. That's the energy I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on the world is beautiful right now. Oh, it's amazing. You know why? Because that's the intention I have. That's the focus I have. That's the energy I come with. So you've got to remind yourself in this very powerful time. And that's why I always tell you, on a full moon, set your intention to say, moving forward from here, it's only going to get better. It's only going to get brighter, clearer, more love, higher frequencies, higher vibrations. This is the power we have, because you see, it's no longer about the doom and gloom. That's the old paradigm. The bad news, the suffering, the trauma, the pain, all of that, we've gone through that. Now we're supposed to be emerging through the metamorphosis into this state. We're in the butterfly phase right now. And that's what you have to allow yourself to be. Because you see, a lot of humanity right now, everyone's at a different stage in their journey. The people who I connect with, I know I connect with a lot of people who are on their way, on their journey, different stages. But I know a lot of people I connect with are starting to wake up. And you want to be truly thankful that you've gone through this metamorphosis, because you see everyone out there. I know you walk around your city sometimes, you look at people's faces and they're just lost in their world. And all of these people, their destiny is to also wake up to who they really are. And you see, there's been a big deception in the matrix that's really blinded so many people from the truth. And it's a lack of awareness, you see. And the moment you become self-aware, you start to realize you're so much more than you've been told. And this is the reason why the earth as we know it is changing. Because we've reached a threshold where we've reached a critical mass. Enough people are starting to wake up to this fact that there's a whole entire shift happening. That's the reason why for a lot of people, it doesn't feel the same right now. You know, a lot of people write to me, they're like, Ralph, it doesn't feel the same right now. It feels like I'm just floating on the clouds. You know, it feels like I've just been unplugged. I've just woken up from the spell. And that's exactly what it's like. All of these fairy tales, Cinderella, all of these things, they were telling you about spells being cast, Beauty and the Beast, spells being cast. When you wake up from the spell, because you have been put into a dream spell, there's a reason why a lot of the population is fast asleep. They're sheep. And we don't judge. We just observe to realize that many people are brainwashed to not think for themselves. They've been brainwashed by television, which tells lies to your vision. They've been brainwashed by newspapers, politicians, all of these things. And a lot of people are now waking up from that spell. And this is the reason why it's such a powerful time, because you see, for so long, we were the minority. For so long, we were the minority. Let me shout out to the wonderful, magnificent, quantum, dynamic. You are appreciated. Quantum Dynamic 8, you're most definitely appreciated. Thank you so much. I was super low about my twin flame journey, and I had a gut feeling Ralph will come live. I just know it happened. Yay, hey, I'm here for you. Ralphie, I love you so much. Thank you. My intention is to meet you in 3D, maybe one-to-one. I don't know. I love you. Thank you. Yay, you're live. Hey, that's what I love to do. I have to go live, right? And because this whole shift is making me also raise up my game and realize that I've got to change. And we all have to change right now. We all have to go to the next level, because you see, we're in a beautiful, fascinating time right now. And it's a time where each and every one of us has to go to the next level of where we are. We can't do the same thing every single day and expect different results. We can't do the same thing every single day. Even though we've mastered that, now it's time to try something new. And right now, I set this intention on the full moon to really, connect with deep divers even more. Sometimes deep divers, I see people going live every single day. For me, I've got so many other things I'm doing, but still, I'm doing daily videos. That's enough. But, I love going live. I love connecting with deep divers in live time, because I want to know what's happening in your world. And I want to know what's going on with you, because right now we're entering a stage where this is going to be the future. Live streaming is the future. Literally, that's why I'm getting used to live streaming, because I know that's where everything is going. Everything is becoming live. You got websites like Twitch, but even on YouTube, when someone is going live, it's like, oh my gosh, they're live right now. Let me check out what they're saying. Like, it's a kind of good feeling, when you see your favorite YouTuber, Ralph Smart. Oh, thank you, Deep Divers, going live. Quantum Dynamic 8, you are appreciated. Let me say a thank you very much right now. Let me say a thank you very much right now. You are appreciated. So right now we're in powerful, powerful times, big changes happening on the planet. Full moon today. And something that crossed my mind, I made the video coming out just now, Deep Divers, right? And there are so many things people have to come out. What is it that you have to come out with, Deep Divers? What is it you're holding? What is it you're hiding? Who are you pretending to? You got to come out. You got to show the world who you really are. I sleep real good at night. A lot of people, they know me and they respect me. You know why? Because I'm impeccable with my word. What you see is what you get. I don't sugarcoat anything. And if you can adopt this mentality throughout life, it's going to serve you well and good. Do you have to wear a mask? Why are you wearing a mask? Why are you one way at work and then another way at home, then another way to your friend? You're 6 different characters. It's getting a bit confusing and arduous, right? So what if you could only be who you really are? Isn't that going to be stress-free for you? Less hassle for you? Do a little samba, baby. Well, that's me. A lot of people, when they meet me, they say, oh my gosh, Ralph, you're exactly like you are in your videos. You're so cool and laid back and, very friendly and all of this. I say that's because I'm not playing a character. And we're in the age right now where the mask is falling off. This is what this whole new age is all about. For so long, everything was hidden. Now the hidden is coming to light. Now the mask is falling off. There's a reason why even social media is changing. YouTube is not the same as it was. Have you noticed that, Deep Divers? YouTube has fallen off. Instagram has fallen off. Twitter has fallen off. Even TikTok is dying. The reason why a lot of these apps are coming to an end is because we're in the age of authenticity. The next app is going to be all about authenticity, because you see, Instagram, when it came out, it was exciting, but then people started creating fake personas. TikTok is at that place right now where a lot of people are not sharing really what they want to share. They're sharing what they think people want. And anytime you do that, people pleasing, you move into a lack of self-love, right? And we're moving away from that. That's the reason why a lot of people, they're not engaging in these apps seriously. They don't take it serious because they realize that there's no authenticity there. What people are after is authenticity. That's the reason why Ralph Smart is still thriving, because of authenticity. In the next 20 years, I'm still going to be here doing a little samba, baby. Why? Because I'm authentic. So, on this full moon, set that affirmation that today I am striving to be who I am 100%. I'm striving to maintain my authenticity, to protect my authenticity, and to not play a character. Because the more you do that, the more it's going to serve you in the long run. I can wake up tomorrow and, do a little neck roll and say, oh, life is fantastic. I don't have to pretend anymore. I don't have to wear a mask, right? A lot of people have to do that. When they go to work, they got to pretend. They got to play a character. They don't know who the hell you are. And this is why a lot of people have a lot of problems, psychosomatic problems, illnesses, all kind of things, because they're suppressing emotions. And I always tell you, you really want to start expressing how you feel. You want to express your emotions 100%. We're in the age of expression to the fullest. One of the biggest things I'm seeing, and that's why I always say, full moon, it all comes out. I always go live on a full moon. Strawberry full moon today, deep divers. What I see is that there's going to be more people, and there are already more people coming out of the woodworks, finding their voice. You have to do that. That's why I say you got to come out. You got to find your voice. I'm not a shy speaker. I'm full of confidence. The reason why is because I know who I am. That's the reason why people respect me. I can talk to anybody. A president, a janitor, doesn't make a difference. A cat down the road, it's because I know who I am. And when you do that, you get a whole new confidence. A lot of people in the matrix don't know who they are. That's the reason why they can't stand alone. They got to be with a crowd. That's the distraction. So they get caught in this loop cycle. Because you see, that's why I told you, a full moon ritual that you want to do is go walking by yourself on a full moon. Talk to yourself. Have a conversation with yourself. Say, who the hell am I? What am I doing? Where am I heading? Because if you don't do that, you're always going to be trapped in the crowd, which is the matrix. There are people in your life who are stopping you from being where you are. There are people in your life who are holding you back from being where you know you should be. And that's the reason why until you leave these people behind, you're always going to be behind. I got smart. I got smart to realize that it's only ever been a few people that changed the entire world. Only a few people. Not a whole crowd, only a few people. In fact, only one person, right? So always remind yourself that that person is you, and you don't want to be thinking that you're missing out. You want to realize you're a pioneer. Most expensive painting in the world, Mona Lisa. Leonardo da Vinci had to distance himself from the crowd to create the Mona Lisa. Nikola Tesla had to distance himself from the crowd to create free energy. Imhotep had to distance himself from the crowd to be considered as the master architect. Hippocrates had to distance himself from the crowd to study medicine in Egypt and be heralded as the father of medicine in Europe. All great people who do big things are never in the crowd for too long. Because if you are, you're never going to go to the highest levels you can go to. And this is a lesson because you see, a lot of people right now are struggling to find out who they really are. And, I receive a lot of messages from people, deep divers, And let me say, Star Phoenix, you are appreciated. Star Phoenix. Star Phoenix, gratitude, infinite waters. Hey, you are appreciated. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody who's here. Like I say, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to dive deep. And that's why I'm always thankful, because it's not about me. It's about everybody here. I'm just a messenger. Hit that like button, deep dive, and share the video. Hit that like button, deep dive, and share the video. And let me know what's on your mind. So the world as we know it, the world is changing as we know it. Full moon affirmations and the coming summer surprise. We got a lot to talk about. So like I say, I always go live on a full moon. And you see, a lot of people are dealing with a shadow. And that's the reason why a full moon is so powerful to do this ritual. I teach shadow work, and everybody in this world has a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Everybody in this world has a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. In Japanese culture, they talk about there are three sides of you, okay? There's a side that you show to the world. There's a side that you show to your close friends and family. And there's a side of you that nobody ever sees. And that side nobody ever sees is actually the truest reflection of who you actually are. And you see, you have to go to that third side. The side of you nobody ever sees. That's your shadow. See, this is the side people try and hide. Right? This is the side people try and hide. Sometimes people say, oh gosh, you're so deep. And that's the real you. You want to be deep. You want to actually have some substance, have a backbone, actually be interesting. So always remind yourself of that. Who are you when no one else is there? Who are you when no one else is looking? You want to embrace more of that side. You also want to remind yourself that there's so much work for human beings to do on this planet, because you see, for so long, humanity has lived in the ego, and this trickles down into relationships, to work, to marriage, to family, and it's a lot of work humanity has to do. I'm only a messenger, but me as someone who has really been diving deep for a long time and doing this every single day, humanity has a lot of work to do, because until it does it, it's going to have tremendous problems. I'm not just talking about wars and all of these things, but I'm talking about problems which are going to be problems of the mind. And this is the reason why you've had people who have come back, Osho, Krishnamurti, all of these very good teachers, just to teach humanity to really become self-aware, because self-awareness is the only way to really become your greatest version. To say, am I aware of what I'm doing? Am I aware of my anger right now? Am I aware of my jealousy right now? Am I aware of my envy right now? Am I aware that I can actually work on this right now? It's that self-awareness that you need to go to the next level. And the moon cracks everything open. That's why I always say, on a full moon, you can't hide. It all comes out. There's a reason why they call people lunatics on a full moon, because the moon is the shadow side of yourself, right? The moon is the shadow side of yourself. And that's the reason why night meditations are powerful. Night meditations are truly powerful. We've got to remind ourselves, deep divers, we're in truly great times of change. Great times of change on the planet. And one thing I've noticed in the Matrix, because I always take a a look at what's going on in the Matrix, deep divers. One thing I've noticed is that humanity has lost its marbles. You know, humanity has come to a grinding halt, and the reason why is because people are realizing that they can't go any lower than what they're going already. You see, a lot of people have tried to escape this awakening. Sometimes you have people doing pranks. Sometimes you have people who are just so self-absorbed and narcissistic on the gram and all of these things. Look on my Louis Vuitton bag and all of these things. People absorb themselves in materialism. But you see, you can't even run away from it like that. It's going to come knocking on the door. And this awakening, nobody can run from it. Nobody can hide from it. It's going to greet everyone, because everyone right now is being confronted with this great opportunity to go to the next level. You know, there are a lot of people in this world who don't want to think about anything. Ever met someone like that, deep divers? They don't want to think about anything. They want to close their eyes and their ears and put their headphones on. Well, the headphones are coming off. And this is the time we're in right now. You know, you can't put your earphones on, put your headphones on. You got to take them off, and you got to listen to what's happening. You got to pay attention to what's happening, because it's happening. You can't pretend that you don't see what's going on. You know, humanity does its best to fool itself, to act like it doesn't know what the hell is going on. It wants to drink itself into a drunken daze so it doesn't have responsibility. Well, you see, now everyone is having a bitter pill to swallow, and that is, you better sober up, because a lot is on the horizon. We're going to talk about it. Shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. How you feeling today? I woke up like this, all magical and fly. Let me shout out to the wonderful Quantum Dynamic. You are most definitely appreciated. Quantum Dynamic 8, shout out to you. Thank you so much. You are appreciated. We live most of our lives in our thoughts, sensations, emotions, intuitions, and awareness. Be aware of them. Hippocampus stores memories. The amygdala shrinks. Get aware and be present. Got this. Shout out to you. You are appreciated. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Quantum Dynamic 8, you're such a great supporter of Infinite Waters. I definitely appreciate you. Much love to you. It's starting to feel like that old Infinite Waters again, deep divers. Let me shout out to the wonderful Inner Knowing in the house. Inner Knowing in the house. Know thyself. Our soul must express itself to repair itself. Self-expression leads to purpose. Slow motion this side. I like that. I like that. Inner Knowing coming with the jewels and the gems. Dropping that wisdom, Inner Knowing. Thank you so much for that. Know thyself. Our soul must express itself to repair itself. Self-expression leads to purpose. Absolutely. And this is how the world is changing as we know it. A lot of people are really becoming aware of that more and more. You know, we've got to remind ourselves, and this is why I want to give you credit, because there are a lot of people who are literally creating out of thin air. You got to remind yourself, deep divers, this matrix wasn't designed for you. It wasn't designed for free thinkers, innovators, pioneers. There's a reason why Nikola Tesla his work was hidden and Edison got the credit. But there's a turning of the tide right now. And what you're going to see more of is that Bigger truths are coming to light. Things which were once hidden are coming out in the open. And for the first time in human history, the truth is going to become more powerful than the lie. You know, for a long time, what's happened on the planet is that the lies were more powerful than the truth, right? The lies were more powerful than the truth. There was a whole war between the lies and the truth, and the lies were whooping the ass of the truth. That's the reason why for the last few thousand years, you succeeded in the world through lies and deceit, not through truth. Well, now what's happened is everything is being reversed again. And now you'll only succeed with the truth. Now you're only going to succeed through righteousness, doing the right thing, being authentic. Because you see, time is up for the fake stuff. Time is up for the fake stuff. Who are you fooling, right? Time is up for the fake stuff. Fake personas. It's all coming to an end. There was a story, and this is a cause for concern, deep divers, because you see, there's been a rise of people wanting to change their body. For instance, get cosmetic surgery, right? Now, if you want to get cosmetic surgery, that's your choice. You can do whatever you want. But you see, there's been a whole load of cases of people not making it out of the surgery room, not just in the US, but all over Europe, South America. There's a whole pandemic of cosmetic surgeries going wrong. A lot of people not making it out of the surgery room. And this is a cause for concern because it's showing you where the world is. You know, so many people are trying to change themselves. I don't like my nose. I don't like this. I don't like that. And you're going to someone who you think can help you. But you don't realize that these doctors aren't God. These plastic surgeons aren't God. They can make a mistake. And you can be the guinea pig and not make it out to see your family. And a lot of people are now starting to wake up and say, oh my gosh, why am I putting all of my trust in man? You should be putting all of your trust in the Most High. You should be putting all of your trust in the greatest power, right? And this is a wake-up call for humanity, because you see a lot of people are now waking up to the realization, I can't trust human beings 100% with my whole life. I've got to be able to realize that human beings make mistakes. Human beings are flawed. And that's the reason why you want to put your trust in yourself, in the Most High, if you believe in God, whatever. Don't put all of your trust in human beings, because you see, we're in a stage right now where a lot of people are realizing most people are only out for themselves. They're only out to fulfill their own desires. And there are only a few people who really want to genuinely help you. A lot of people just want to profit off you. And this is the reason why in this day and age, you need discernment. You have to say, okay, who has my best interests at hand? Who can I really trust? And you have to be able to know who's who. Deep divers, a happy full moon. It's a powerful time right now on the planet. Powerful frequencies happening. You know, one of the biggest things that we're seeing is, and I always talk about this, is this movement towards raising the frequency, raising the vibration, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. You know, we're in a time right now where a lot of people want to raise the frequency. They want to raise the vibration. They want to bring an end to this old paradigm. And you are the ones who are doing it. And millions of people are doing it. And that's the good news. That's the powerful news. And that's why any time it's a full moon, you know, I say this affirmation. I didn't come here to fit in. I was born custom made. Slow motion this side. You got to remind yourself, deep divers. If Ralph Smart was someone who just wanted to fit in, there would be no infinite waters. So you have to make it your motto every single day to be as original as you can, as unique as you can, because that's how you're going to do monumental things on the planet. You don't want to be like everybody else. That's the big secret. You see, we've got to remind ourselves as well. We're in a time right now where you have to really trust yourself. You see, there are many tests within this world for a lot of people. And one of the tests is, hey, forget about that stuff. Just do what everyone else is doing. You know, there's a distraction along your journey. Everyone is faced with a distraction. And the distraction goes like this. Sometimes it's imposter syndrome. Sometimes the distraction is like, hey, you're not going to succeed anyway. Sometimes it's a voice saying, hey, what you're doing is pointless. And I had those demons in my early journey. I had those voices saying, hey, what you're doing is pointless. It's not going to make any difference. But as someone who's been able to see, as time goes on, the secrets, I realize what I do, I'm changing the whole world. Because you see, you've got to remind yourself that it only ever takes one candle to light 1,000. And I'm not playing a small game. I'm playing for the championship win. And that's, like I said, you want to remind yourself, you want to play on the highest levels. You want to do it on the highest levels. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm encouraging you to do that as well. Because you've got to remind yourself, everything takes time. It's a whole process. It's a whole process. I was smart enough, and this is a lesson, and this is what you're going to want to listen to. When you're someone who's creating like Infinite Waters, you get approached by a lot of people. A lot of people, they write to you. They even come and visit you with propositions, with offers, with deals. So I was smart enough in my early journey to say, okay, I'm creating something. And I've got to be very careful because you see, when you're someone who is inspiring millions of people like Infinite Waters, over 20 billion minutes watched, millions of subscribers, there's always people who say, oh, look at what he's doing. We can make even more money off him. And someone had approached me, many people approached me, and they said, hey, sign to our network. And I was smart enough to not sign. And they offered me a good deal as well. But you see, if I had signed, they would have owned Infinite Waters. And that's why I always tell you that I own all of my masters. Right? If you don't know what masters are, go and research it. I own all of the masters. And this is why I told you this is the next level mindset to be a sovereign being, to be smart enough to own your masters. And if you are, you'll have the last laugh, because there are so many people who don't know their value, who just want to be famous. I don't want to be famous, deep divers. I just want to be me. Can I do that? But there are a lot of people who will do anything. I have to turn down people, deep dive. That's what it's like for me. I've got to turn down thousands of people every single year who say, Ralph, promote our product. Ralph, promote this, promote that. You know, I've done a few brand videos, you know, with collaborations with big brands, a few videos, 2 or so. But I've got to turn them down every single day. I'm getting at least 50 emails from people saying, Ralph, I love your channel, promote this. But you see, if the message doesn't align with Infinite Waters, we ain't got nothing to talk about. I don't care about your $10,000, because I'm all about the truth and giving people good information. I've had people who say, hey, Ralph, promote our fizzy drink, you know, energy drinks. Hey, we can give you this amount. I could have done it, but I said, wait a minute. And this is what happens when you're already wealthy. When you're already wealthy, when you're already coming from a place of abundance, you're not desperate. And you have to remind yourself never to be desperate. And I've never ever been desperate, because I've already been wealthy before I even started making videos. Quantum Dynamic 8, you're most definitely appreciated. Shout out to you. How to get over imposter syndrome and how to choose ideal topic of contents. I have 3 channels, Ralph, and I have a lot of content, but how do we get so pure that we create always from intention? So you always talk to me where I am. This is how. Shout out to, hey, you are appreciated. I appreciate you. Quantum dynamic. That's a great question. That's a great question. Let me tell you this. That it's not easy. I want to tell you that first and foremost. When you are someone who has so much to say, it's not easy to say something simple because sometimes your mind is all over the place. So how do we do it? How do we master this art of creating from intention and not having this imposter syndrome? Let's talk about imposter syndrome. So I always say that imposter syndrome is this feeling that you're not worthy to do what you're doing or say what you're saying. Who are you to do it? Who are you to say it? You're not perfect. Got that right? So you got to remind yourself every single day there's a bad news story for you. Every single day someone is telling you something toxic, and it's not stopping them from sharing it on these news stations. So why are you giving yourself such a hard time to share something which is uplifting, going to help someone in a positive way? So part of getting over imposter syndrome is to not be so hard on yourself, but more so, not take yourself so seriously. Bill Hicks said it's just a ride. You know, there's an old saying, deep divers, that none of us are going to get out of here alive. Right? None of us are going to get out of here alive. And you got to remind yourself of that. Right? So when you remind yourself, you're not going to get out of here alive. You got nothing to lose. See, a true warrior is not afraid of death because they realize death doesn't exist. Energy can never be destroyed. Right? That's first and foremost. This is what all the great masters knew. Energy can never be destroyed. We are energy. Therefore, the spirit is immortal. So you've got to remind yourself that we're always going to be here. I'm always going to be here. I'm not going anywhere. Right? And when you have this mindset, you lose fear because you realize it's a long game. We're talking about lifetimes. This is what we're thinking in terms of not just this incarnation, the next one and the next one. It's an endless cycle. There's no escape. There's no escape. There's no way out. This is a never-ending universe, and everyone is energy which can never be destroyed. So we've got to remind ourselves that you got nothing to lose because you are in the universe for a reason. You were put here for a reason. And if you give yourself such a hard time saying, hey, I'm no good, I'm not worthy, the universe will say, my wish is your command. But when you affirm it, you know, there are people on these singing contests, they can't even sing. Yet, somehow, some way, they capture the imagination of the audience. They capture the hearts of the audience. And you know why? Because they willed that into existence. They said, I'm worthy to be here. And that's what it's always been about. It's not about how talented you are. There are so many people who are very talented, but they always say it's no good. It's terrible. And, you know, life is an echo. If you keep saying that, it will manifest. So you've got to remind yourself to not take yourself so seriously. Get off your high horse. Stop thinking that what you have to say, the whole world is waiting for. People are busy. They got kids to feed, babies to change the nappies. They got to feed the cat down the road. They haven't got time to they haven't got time to be waiting for you and thinking about you. Nobody cares. People are busy. So you got to remind yourself that we're in an age right now where everyone is caught up. A lot of people are caught up with obligations, duties to do. They're not worrying about what you have to share. They may not even see it. If they do see it, that can only be considered as a gift because there are so many other things to see, right? So if someone comes along your work, Quantum Dynamic 8, you got to remind yourself that in itself is a gift. You should be thankful. You should be, oh my gosh, that's great. So always remind yourself of that. And when we talk of you have 3 channels and a lot of content, you've got to remind yourself that sometimes less is more. Have one channel. You know, there are people on YouTube with like 4 or 5 channels. It gets messy. All you need is one channel. I mean, you can have another one if you need, but one channel can do the job. And you have to remind yourself to go with what comes straight into your heart that day and start sharing it. Don't edit yourself. Don't filter yourself. Just share it and put it out there. Then go to bed. And when you wake up tomorrow, see what you find. You know, it's going to be a big surprise. People say, Ralph, do you think about your videos after you create them? I don't even remember. I'm just putting them out there. I'm on to the next one. I got other stuff to do, like create another one. And this is how you become a master manifester. You're not focused because you say, hey, I've given it my best. Let me move on. So always develop that mindset. But, Quantum Dynamic 8, I'm really rooting for you. I'm really encouraging you to make it happen. And I believe in you. I believe in you. Right? But you've got to respect the craft. Let me shout out to Alex in the house. You are appreciated. Alex, shout out to you, Alex. You are appreciated. I found your channel about 11 years ago, and it's been a while since I watched your videos, and I'm glad I came on today. I always wanted to give you my gratitude. Hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Alex. And that's why I do these live streams, because I say I can talk to you for a few hours, really lock in with the deep divers who are really diving deep. Because like I say, I don't take it for granted. I know there are people who are supporting this channel come rain or come snow. And, we are only as strong as the people who are supporting us. We are only as strong as our foundation. And that's the reason why I've only got respect for people who are on this channel, because you've helped me like I've helped you. And when you have this relationship with your audience, only great things can happen. Because I receive messages from people all over the world, Puerto Rico, Hawaii, right? Senegal, Spain, who are saying, Ralph, your videos have transformed my entire life. And it shows me that it's not in vain. What I'm doing is not in vain. It's reaching someone. It's touching someone. It's impacting someone. And when I started to realize this secret, I said, hey, it makes a difference. What you have to say always makes a difference. It always makes a difference, because you got to remind yourself there is someone out there who's waiting for your message. There is someone out there who's going to be inspired by what you have to say. You might think that what you have to say is nothing, but someone might see it as the crown jewels. I'm smart enough to know this. Studio H in the house. Studio H, you just unleashed the countdown. We're about to blast off.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Studio H, shout out to you. You're appreciated. I appreciate you so much, Ralph. How can we keep high frequencies in the world of Agenda 2030? Can our energy shift things as a collective consciousness? That's a great question. Absolutely. Great question. So we've got to remind ourselves that, raising your frequency higher. Let me give you an example of someone who's raising their frequency. So right here, you have a woman who's raising her frequency. And what she's doing is choosing how she feels internally. And this is the secret of really raising your frequency. No matter what's coming, remind yourself it's not here yet. The only thing that's here is this present moment. Ask yourself every single day, how am I tuning in to what's happening right now? There is no past, there is no future. There is only this moment. We want to shift all of our attention to what's happening right now. That's the only thing that's important right now. And the more you can do that as an exercise, the more you realize your frequency is going to be high. The future is nothing more than a continuation of present moments. Let me repeat that. The future is nothing more than a continuation of present moments. So if you take care of the present, the future will naturally take care of itself. If you're in fear about what's happening with Agenda 2030, that's because in your present moment right now, you're on a fear frequency. So you have to become very mindful that perception creates reality. There's only what's going on right now. And that's why I told you, with this great change happening, it's about realizing you are the world. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. You must also realize everything is mirroring back to you what you are harboring inside of yourself. If you are worried and fearful, that's the same energy that's going to meet you. And that's why I told you, different people will have different realities in the so-called Agenda 2030. For some people, it's going to be another prison, a lot of pandemics, a lot of lockdowns, all kind of craziness. For other people, they're going to be on a higher frequency because that's the energy they've been tuning into. And we've got to remind ourselves, like Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. You have to learn this every single day. It's about your energy, your frequency, and your vibration over everything else, because that's going to shift you to where you're going to be in the future. If I'm scared right now, my future is not going to look too good. If I'm of a higher frequency, I can't be in a low frequency. And that's the reason why, how can we keep high frequencies in the world of Agenda 2030? That won't even exist for you if you're on that high frequency. The reason why is because you're not going to allow it to. And that's why I told you that there are huge shifts happening all around the planet. There are people who are super awake on this planet. Our energy can absolutely shift things as a collective consciousness. There are people who are super awake on this planet. People who are light years ahead of most people. And you've got to remind yourself that life is like a universe. It's a T, right? That's why they call it the universe. It's a university. And you have to see that everyone is here on a different course, taking a different class. And some people have already graduated from where most of humanity are. And some people are already creating the new earth. They're creating the new earth infrastructure. They got solar panels, earth homes. I'm in California. This guy is building earth homes all around the place. I'm excited. He's showing his emerald cities, right? And all of this technology. It's fascinating. There are people like that on this planet right now who are so far ahead. Do you know, deep divers, there are people who literally live in earth homes. Everything is solar paneled, recyclable energy panels, technology I haven't even seen before. Clean energy, something called free energy. And this is what is in store for the new earth for a lot of people who are on that frequency where new technology is going to be introduced to you. You know, Nikola Tesla had something called free energy, which still exists today. And he realized that by using Earth's electromagnetic grid, you can actually harness the energy of the planet and create this free energy stuff. They had that hundreds of years ago. And it's still here. Until this day, you can get your hands on it. You know, there are people who have got their hands on it. There are people who are building homes with this free energy. There are people who are detaching from the matrix systems, letting go of the mainstream media. All of that stuff done to distract you. At the same time, you have to realize some people are meant to be there. You got to remind yourself. Not everyone is going to wake up at the same time. Not everyone is the same in terms of awareness. Some people are fresh souls just coming in. Some people are old souls. Some people are chosen ones. And that's why I always say you got to know your birth chart. I'm a 33. I came in on the 33. So I was already coming into this dimension awake and aware because I'm the master teacher. I'm a 33. There's a reason why you have a 33rd degree Mason. In Freemasonry, a 33rd degree Mason is the one who holds the secrets. There's a reason why Walt Disney called it the 33 Club. Disney owns everything in terms of entertainment. Why is the founder of Disney a 33? What did he know? He weren't no dummy. Walt Disney wasn't a dummy. He knew the secrets of alchemy. That's why he created Disney. And that's why Disney owns Marvel. So all of those Avengers, all of that highest grossing film of all time. Yeah, Disney did that. Because they came in on the 33. So you got to remind yourself, deep divers, it's all in the numbers. And when you are someone who is on that 33, the seas part ways. And this is why I told you, you have to know your numbers. You have to know the role you're supposed to be playing here, because it's all in the numbers. How you feeling today, deep divers? Shout out to everyone who's here. Smash that like button, share the video. Smash that like button, deep divers, share the video. It's all in the numbers. So when I started to realize this, I started to say, oh, I get it. Everything is levels, levels upon levels upon levels upon levels upon levels upon levels. And in the surface, everything seems basic. But as you dive deeper, you realize there's so many intricacies of everything. There are levels. There are secret societies all over the place. There are people with information that they're not going to tell you about because you got to graduate first. Duca, you are appreciated. Shout out to you. Duca in the house, you are appreciated. Shout out to you. Hello, Ralph. How do you feel about cloning your voice with AI and translating your videos to more people and more countries like Spanish and French? That's a great question. That's a great question. Well, you know, I've been approached by a lot of people who are like, we can translate your videos to Spanish, and that's fantastic. French. A little secret for you, deep divers. This #1 best-selling book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart, has been translated to Spanish. Also, Czech. Had a woman from Prague. Had a woman from Prague who said, "Hey, I want to translate your video, translate your book to Czech." You know, and she did. You know, I gave her permission to do it. So I'm always for that. You know, I'm always for the message getting out to different people. They don't have to clone my voice though. They can use my real one. But that's another hack, because, you know, people like Mr. Beast do that. Mr. Beast has a whole channel. Then he has a Spanish channel and a French channel. And, you know, people are already translating my videos in Russian. Different languages, Hindu, Urdu. And more of that's going to happen. You know, I always say we need to get the information out any way how. Language should never be a barrier. Shout out to everyone who's here. So, deep divers, the world as we know it is changing. Happy full moon to everyone, deep divers. I hope you've been saying your affirmations. You know, one of the affirmations I always say on a full moon is that today I'm letting go of what is no longer serving me to make space for what inspires me. And this is huge. You know, so many people hold on to heavy energy. So many people hold on to the old version of themselves. And you can't be a new one until you've let go of the old one. And we've got to remind ourselves that a lot of the old versions we carry around ourselves, a lot of the old versions we carry with us everywhere we go, are stunting our growth, keeping us in an arrested state of development. We've got to remind ourselves that we need to be reborn. We need to be doing this whole thing in a whole different way. In other words, we need a whole makeover. And that's why I say today I'm letting go of what is no longer serving me to make space for what inspires me. You want to wake up with a feeling that, hey, I'm not going to waste time on drama. I'm not going to waste time on gossip. I'm not going to waste time on jealousy. I'm not going to waste time on envy. You know why? Because I'm too busy raising the frequency. And, you know, a lot of people, I always tell you, one of the greatest ways to manifest is to be happy for other people's success. A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people think that if you see someone else doing well, ladies, you see another woman doing well, she's got her own business, you think that if you have ill will towards her, it's going to stop her from growing. No, in fact, it does the opposite. It now catapults them even further. If you wish people bad, your focus on them actually gives them more success. It's crazy, right? And that's why I told you, wish people well or stay neutral. Because even if you wish people bad, you're only making them grow stronger. I'm not just talking about people in terms of business. I'm talking about your exes, your past relationships. Just let it go and keep it moving in peace. Because if you wish someone, hey, you're still attached to them, still controlled by them, giving you unnecessary stress. And this is the reason why on a full moon, you want to release all hatred, all ill will towards people, because you want to be at such a high frequency. Ain't nobody got time for that. Health is going to improve. You know, you got to remind yourself, deep divers, I was smart enough to not focus on beef on this channel. Because when you're growing, especially on the rise to have over 1 million followers, there are a lot of people who come out of from nowhere. Where the hell did you come from? They want to start beef. They want to start drama. You got slander videos, all of that stuff. But they all disappeared. You know why? Because I was only focusing on raising the frequency. And what I'm doing is an example of how to keep a high frequency. Don't entertain foolishness. Don't entertain drama, gossip, jealousy, and envy. Don't entertain those lower vibrations. We're about elevation on this channel. And that's why I don't go back and forth with people, because like I say, you got to be on the same level as me. For me to even mention your name, you got to be doing this kind of work. Because I got to see your blood, sweat, and tears. Because it's so easy to talk. But where's your work at? That's what I want. I want to see your resume. I want to see what you've been doing. I want to see the hours you've put in. Right? And then they get all quiet. Crickets, right? So you got to remind yourself, crickets, you got to remind yourself right now that stay focused, because a lot of people will try and distract you from where you need to go. And on this full moon affirmation, you want to say, hey, nobody and nothing will get in my way. I've already made it, and I'm only growing further on this beautiful journey. But it happens when you're just about to cross that line of greatness. You're going to get a few people around you who are going to try and pull you off your path. And that's the reason why you got to be very careful in knowing the art of protecting your energy. Because you see, a lot of people see you as a threat. When you're doing big things in life, a lot of people, they messed up their own opportunities. They don't want to see you succeed. I told you about the case of Shaquilla Robinson, who was a woman who was in Mexico, and her friends, filmed her and did horrible things to her, beating her to death. Those were supposed to be her friends. So where did the jealousy come from? She was with one of her best friends. And I told you, be careful of who you call friends, because a lot of them are snakes in disguise. Because you see, the more people you surround yourself with who have not fulfilled their dreams, they're going to steal yours. They're going to try and make sure you don't fulfill yours. These stories are as old as time itself. Friends becoming enemies. And it's a story of humanity that there's a word called friend. But a friend is, you don't just say this person is my friend. It's got to stand the test of time. Give it 30 years. Give it 40 years. Because people will change. And that's the reason why the smartest people on the planet, they don't have a lot of friends. Because they realize that most people are only for themselves. A true friend is one that you can manifest with. That's a true friend. Let's create together. Let's build an empire together. I don't have friends who just want to hang out. We got to do something. We got to be moving stuff to the next level. Those are your real friends. The ones who you can get bread with, who you can elevate with, change the world with. Those are the people you want around you. Right? And that's why I told you, instead of just looking for friends, look for people who are doing the same work as you and work with them. Those are your real friends. Those are your real friends. Because you're creating together. You're helping each other become more successful. Those are your real friends. Shout out to all of you deep divers. How you feeling today? How you feeling today, deep divers? We're raising the frequency. So full moon today, powerful day to set your intentions. The moon is symbolic of our shadows. And we've got to be careful about what we're focusing on, not only today, but tomorrow on this full moon cycle, because everything intensifies. This is a great time to purify your energy. A great time to let go of heavy energy. The world as we know it is changing. Let's talk about it. Shout out to everyone who's here. Everybody who's diving deep. Let's raise the frequency, deep divers. Let's raise the frequency. Smash that like button, share the video. Smash that like button, deep divers, share the video. Let's raise the frequency.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won. It's about us all. So many beautiful deep divers here. It's a choice. So happy to manifest whatever you want, to be whatever you want. It's a choice. Freedom is a must. We have to become the spoon.
We got to become the spoon, deep divers, right? You felt that. We had to raise the frequency, raise the vibration. So like I say, we're in truly powerful times. I just wanted to bring you this important message because anytime it's a full moon, I always know this is a powerful time to connect, set forth your intentions and remind yourself right now, we're moving forward to where we need to be. Right now, millions of people are waking up all around the world. And this is what you have to be aware of. So many things are coming. I'm going to make more videos about what's coming. Be aware of what's happening in the summer as well, because like I always say, there's a pattern of how this thing works. It's been kind of not a lot happening on a global scale that's affecting you right now, but a lot is going to happen. And it happens when there's a calm before the storm, right? And this is why I say always protect your energy. Don't live in fear, but also be awake and aware, because just when you want to fall asleep, that's when another pandemic might come. Something else will happen. This will happen. That will happen. So you have to remind yourself, we're in the times right now where you're going to see a tremendous amount of earth changes. This is not the time to fall asleep. We're in the age of the quickening. And what this means, what the ancients meant by this, is that so much is going to happen that you're going to be overwhelmed. That's what's happening, So it's not an accident or a coincidence. We are in the quickening. We're in the information age. We're in the time where it all happens all at once. Let me shout out to Mrs. Harrison. Miss Harrison, you are appreciated. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Dom DeMarco.
Gratitude. You are appreciated. Shout out to you. So we're in a time right now of so many things happening all at once. You know, it's not an accident or a coincidence. We have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have YouTube, but now you have TikTok, right? It's not an accident or coincidence. It's not an accident or a coincidence that you have young children with iPhones and Androids. It's not an accident or a coincidence you have billions of videos. A lot of information. It's a lot to take in. And that's the reason why you must pay attention to what's happening. Because this only happens during a quickening. We're in the age of connectivity. And that means information can be shared so fast right now. And that's a great thing. And that can be amazing, but also it can be a threat to people who still want to control everything in the matrix. You saw censorship. You saw videos getting removed. Even one of my videos was removed from YouTube. More of that is going to happen because something big is getting ready to take place. Because this is the final show where you better pay attention to what's going on. You know, I'm going to talk more about it, deep divers. Shout out to everyone who's here. Everyone who's diving deep. How you feeling? How you feeling today, deep divers? Let me shout out to DY Nasty. Highest Truth. Much love to you. Let me shout out to DY Nasty. You are appreciated. Are we quantum FaceTiming like I am you and you are me? This is a multi-dimensional oneness. Shout out to you. We've got to remind ourselves that ultimately technology can never replace the DNA. Your DNA is a biological internet. You know, the ancients realized this, that actually before the internet, we could already do this. In fact, the internet is actually a downgrade. This is the reason why you want to still meet real people in real life and do these experiments of telepathy. You know, there were studies done, and you can research this yourself. Studies done showing that during the First World War, when soldiers went to war in France, if they were in the UK, for instance, and the soldier got killed, the mother would know before the soldier got killed that something was happening to her son. There were so many studies done about this. And they were wondering, how on earth does a mother know her son is about to die in a war? Because she has this telepathic bond with him, right? So studies have been done all around the world about this, that people already know. You know, sometimes your grandma might say, you know, I was just thinking about her and then she just appeared, right? So it's like all of these things, you know, you have to pay attention that our grandparents and our ancestors and all of these people, they already had this awareness that, you know, before the internet, we were already connecting with people based on our vibrations and frequencies. And we have to go back to realizing the internet cannot replace what we can actually do. It's only a cheap imitation. It's only a cheap copy. And you have to remind yourself you can already do that yourself. Plain and simple. 5D music scene, you are appreciated. Gratitude, mentor. Happy full moon, respect. Hey, happy strawberry full moon to you. 5D music scene, full moon, good energy to you. I hope your day is going good. And, you know, happy full moon to everyone. I always get excited when it's a full moon. Did you see the full moon? Deep divers, is so bright and strawberry, right? powerful. I always say, this moon was powerful. It's so bright, so big. It's staring back at you, right? Wonderful sight. Shout out to everyone who's here. Smash that like button, deep dive, share the video. Smash that like button, deep dive, share the video. Harrison, shout out to you. So we're living in truly powerful times right now. Truly powerful times. One of the biggest things, when we talk about what so many people are going through, is that the plug is about to be pulled. The DJ is about to stop the music. And a lot of people do not realize why things have been going the way they've been going for the last decade or few years in particular. Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes what you think is bad is actually a wake-up call. Let me repeat that. Sometimes what you think is a bad thing is actually very needed. It's a necessary thing because that's the only way humanity is going to wake up. Sometimes it needs a bit of truth to really get the message. And you see, humanity is still running away, trying to forget about it. And the more humanity does that, the bigger things are going to happen. That's really going to shake you. And it's going to happen to a lot of people. A lot of people need to get shaken around because they're still programmed. And unfortunately, it's going to have to get very ugly for them to wake up. You see, some people, they can wake up just with peace, love, and harmony. They can wake up, just with a good sunshine. They're feeling awake, they're feeling aware. But some people, they need something bad to happen before they can wake up. And unfortunately, that's what's going to happen to a lot of people in the Matrix. Selena Mato, you are appreciated. Shout out to you. As we are portals, when we choose to no longer tolerate low vibrational energy, our entire lives changes. We are the world, inner peace. Hey!
Dom DeMarco.
Absolutely, Selena Mato. As we are portals, when we choose to no longer tolerate low vibrational energy, our entire lives change. We are the world, inner peace, world peace, one love to you. Shout out to you. You are appreciated. Most definitely appreciated. We're in powerful times right now. Powerful times. And we're in a time right now where you want to make sure you realize you're going to need someone. You're going to need help. A lot of people don't realize, modern relationships are in turmoil. The reason why modern relationships are in turmoil for a lot of people in the Matrix is because men have to be men and move into the divine masculine. A lot of men aren't doing that. A lot of women are not moving into the divine feminine, and there's a problem. Because you see, the inorganic ones will always see that human beings are foolish. And they will always see that human beings still want to pretend to be someone they're not. And when you take a look at modern relationships, a lot of men and women are still playing games. And they're going to have to wake up. Until that point, the relationships will only crumble and end miserably. There's a reason why the divorce rate is so high. It's the highest it's ever been. It's because a lot of people are not ready to do the work. You got to work on yourself. You got to work on yourself before you even contemplate of being with someone else. You got to fix yourself, prepare yourself, get ready. And a lot of people aren't ready. They just say, I want the man of my dreams. I want the woman of my dreams. That's great. But guess what happens when you haven't done the work? You're going to be a nightmare for them. And that's what's happened to a lot of people in the Matrix. Until you do the work, until you know who you are, your relationship will only fail. Doesn't matter how good you look, how much money you make. If you haven't done the work, it's only going to end badly. Shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep. You are appreciated, deep divers. Jay from 9-8, you are appreciated. Mr. Waters, I like that name. I like that name, Jay. Mr. Waters, may we have a view of how the stream looks from your eyes at some point? I appreciate you and all the deep divers. Hey, I'm already giving you views like this, Jay. You know, I got different camera angles. I got a lot of different views, you know. In fact, you know, I had to really study live streaming, and that's what I've been doing, you know. And I'm growing even more and more every single day, right? So shout out to you. Shout out to everyone who's here. Let's raise the frequency, deep divers. Let's raise the vibration. We can do a little full moon meditation, not with a ambient soundtrack, but you know, the song I played in the beginning was super high frequency. I was already saying a million affirmations in my head, like, yes, yes, yes. Right? Perfect frequency. Perfect frequency. Hydration Supreme. I gotta say, shout out to Hydration Supreme in the house. Hydration Supreme, you are appreciated. Shout out to you. One love to you. So we can really raise the frequency, you know, on this full moon. Happy full moon to all of you deep divers. You know, set your affirmations, set your intentions. Say your affirmations. Let's raise the frequency. Let's go to another dimension, deep divers.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Listen to this, deep divers. Say your affirmations. Set your intentions on this full moon. Very powerful day to do it. Let's listen to this for a few seconds. Had to raise the frequency, deep divers. Had to raise the vibration. Shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep. Like I say, deep divers, much love to all of you. I want to say shout out to everyone who's here. You're truly appreciated. This is a powerful time right now on the planet. Remind yourself, if you're someone who's on your journey, continue pushing forward, because you are the pioneers. And a lot of people are lost out there. A lot of people are fast asleep out there. A lot of people don't know what time it is. They don't know what the hell is happening. And they are going to be coming to you for help in the up and coming months and years. Because you see, it's everyone's destiny right now in this quickening to find out who they really are. That's the only reason we're here. And you see, people who have a lot of money, the next question is, who the hell am I? They want to know these questions, right? And you are the richest person if you're on that quest to know who you really are. What are you here to do? What are we doing here, right? Shout out to everyone who's here. Right, so full moon, and I want to say a shout out to Abness, who is this very talented creator. And listen to this, deep divers. Let's raise the frequency.
There's a call on humanity right now, and it's serious business. All around the world, you can feel it. The ascension is happening. The shift is kicking in. The conscious is getting higher and higher. You can feel the godliness. You can feel the power within. It's that time. Divine intervention. Divine intervention. A call for humanity to rise up to its power. Your power. Your power. Just rise up to your power. Just rise up to your power, to your power. 5D mind state. It's all about love. It's all about the people. It's all about you. It's all about me. It's all about we. And together, unity. And together, unity. Your power.
Your power, deep divers. That was powerful, right? Smash that like button, share the video. Smash that like button, share the video. Oh, powerful, powerful show, right? Powerful, powerful show. Once again, happy full moon. Once again, be ready to create the earth you know you want to live in, to create the new earth, right? Because it's all about that deep divers. Shout out to everyone who's here. Like I say, you know, I love going live, deep divers. I said, let me go live. Let me connect with deep divers. And I'll be doing more of this. But I want to tell all of you, start creating. Start creating. This is a powerful time to do it. This is a powerful time to put your message out there. One love to all of you deep divers. Once again, much love to all of you. And you are appreciated. Powerful, powerful show. We can elevate. We can elevate deep divers. Let's go. Smash that like button, share the video. Let's elevate.
Yeah. They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way up, way too fly, yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got this whole view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation, now I got rollies all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Water on bed like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with, oh. I ain't make it this far for myself, yeah. I had to prove to everybody else, yeah. I had to set them straight, yeah. I had to boss, so I had to renovate, I know. They hate when you elevate. They stacking up losses, I'm handing them out, yeah. I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. Ooh, yeah. Why they wanna bring me down? So much drip, yeah, I almost drowned in it. I can't dim it down. Yeah, I'm way too fired up. I can't simmer down. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I see the flashing lights. Make sure the flashing right, yeah. I'm in my bag tonight, yeah. Ooh, I might just pull up a foreign. Watch out, the engine is roaring. It's too loud, you can ignore it. Yeah, yeah. This the high life with a few. You can have it all, no need to choose. First, let me demonstrate how you can rise to the top. Yeah, I had to elevate. Yeah.
Elevate, elevate. Smash that like button, deep divers, share the video. Smash that like button, deep divers, share the video. Jess, shout out to you. Thank you. Hey, Ralphie, I don't do super chats often, but I wanted to know your thoughts on tarot readings and crystals. I got a whole video I'm going to do on tarot and crystals. You know, you always see me rocking the crystals, deep divers. From back in the day, I had the amethyst. I had the lapis lazuli, turquoise. You know, crystals are, you got to remind yourself that without crystals, you wouldn't even have computers or watches, you know. The quartz crystal, you have them in watches, in computers even. Crystals absorb energy. And this is what you have to realize about crystals. They absorb energy, negative energy. When you have a computer, for example, putting a crystal next to it can help absorb the L frequencies. I used to do that a lot back in the day, right? I used to do that with the quartz, the topaz. So very powerful. But, you know, you got to remind yourself, every crystal has a distinct property. We love crystals on Infinite Waters Deep Dives. And tarot readings, you know, I'll do a whole video on it, but I'll tell you this, that you got to remind yourself that all of these things like tarot readings and all of these things, these are ways of finding out about yourself. That's why they were designed in the first place. And you have to always realize this, that they're a guide. They're a guide to help you know more about yourself. And, you know, they can help you find out more about yourself. They are tools, but they're not the be all and end all. You know, you have to realize that you have to find out who you are as well through effort, through going within, through doing the inner work. You know, humanity has become lazy. It just wants all the answers. But you're going to have to go through things to find out for yourself. And this is very powerful. Also, deep divers, by the way, a lot of people are like, Ralph, what are you drinking? You know, I'm drinking Kangen water. You know, I'm trying this out, and so far so good. I did the whole video talking to you about water, how important it is for you to drink the right water, because you see, you're over 2/3 water, and a lot of people don't realize, they don't even know about Kangen water. They don't even know about these things. And it's fascinating when you realize humanity still needs to learn about water. So when you remind yourself that, first of all, tap water is full of chemicals, especially fluoride, which calcifies the pineal gland. So you want to avoid tap water. Now, you might think bottled water is better, but you've got to remind yourself, a lot of the bottled water has been in that bottle for so long. After 4 days, the water becomes dead. And, you know, I actually was doing a lot of research on this, not just today, but for many, many years. You know, and, you know, I found that actually the best water to drink is really, you're going to have to live by a spring. You know, you're going to have to live by a well somewhere. Not everyone can do that. But let me shout out to Hydration Supreme. You are appreciated. Hydration Supreme, you are appreciated. Shout out to you. But, you know, I have a good friend who is actually a Kangen water distributor who introduced me to this. And, you know, she showed me, you know, a whole load of research and tests, you know, from different water comparisons, pH and all of that stuff. And fascinating stuff, you know. And you realize that so many people don't know about this, but there is a lot of people who are waking up, especially in California, who are already awake to Kangen water, right? So, you know, I'm drinking it, deep divers, and, you know, it tastes good, right? Water is life, deep divers. Water is life. Shout out to everyone who's here. I want to thank everyone who's here. And I want to tell you, I'll be doing more lives, because there's no feeling like going live, deep divers, right? No feeling like going live. I want to shout out to everyone who's been here. And like I say, we're in powerful times. Happy full moon. Set your intentions and say your affirmations. We can just raise the frequency to end the show. Right? So let's raise the frequency. Let's go. Smash that like button, deep divers, share the video. Smash that like button, deep divers, share the video. Deep divers, much love to everyone. Shout out to everyone who's in the chat. I love all of you. I'll be back again tomorrow. One love to all of you. Let's go. Smash that like button, deep divers, share the video. Once again, everyone here, smash that like button, share the video. One love, powerful live. One love. Let's go.